Hi everyone, this is the first time I'm recording audio for one of my videos and I'm super excited for this and I hope it'll work out. So in this video I'll explain to you how I made this drawing of Snow White, who is the main character of the Disney movie of the same name, but also the main character of a very famous German fairy tale. And growing up it was one of my favorite fairy tales, so I decided to make a video about her, because why not? So to start off, I made the basic shape of her face and of her neck. To do so, I created circles with the circle tool in the Scratch vector editor and reshaped them. In the next step, I'm starting to draw the eyes. Here I just used an eclipse and added several circles inside for the iris, and a lighter circle for the iris too, and for the pupil, and for the light reflections. Until, working with vector, you're going to use a lot of circles. And then I added a line at the top and also some eyelashes. The darker line is very important, so to make the eyelashes blend in with the eye. Otherwise, they may seem like they don't really fit there. But this way, the colors merge together and it looks better. And then I flipped the eye, and I also flipped the light reflections. This is very important, even if it may seem silly, because if you do not flip the light reflections in the eye, it might make it look like she's looking in two directions at once, and then she might look really goofy. So I made they smaller and made them fit into the face. I also added a basic nose. Then I added the mouth. As you can see, it turned out really big, so I'm going to change it in the next step. Here I finished up the basic face by adding eyebrows and changing the mouth. I turned it smaller and also very much slimmer. And the few circles you can see at the left of her shin, that's my color palette with all the colors I'm going to use for her skin tone. As you can see, they're all very light, because Snow White is described to have skin as white as snow, hence her name. Now that the face is finished, I start with the hair in the next step. And once again, I started with a circle and reshaped it into this shape. So here I actually shaded the face. It's not glaringly obvious, but it adds depth to the picture. And if you have the time, I'd really advise you to do this, because in my opinion it makes it look more realistic. In case you cannot really see it, I'd advise you that if you're on a laptop, just to tilt back your screen or tilt it to the front, then you can see it better. Now I started doing more for her lips, because they're iconic for her. She has lips as red as blood. So I actually reshaped them a bit, gave them softer outlines. Before it was very harsh, but this time I made it a bit more softly curved, and I added a lot of gloss to it, so that they're looking very shiny. And I also added a little bit more gloss to her cheeks. And those two lines you can see at the bottom, those are the beginning of her dress. To further form her dress, I moved the picture up a bit so that you can see more of the dress, and then I added sleeves. They are very wide sleeves, but they aren't as short as the Disney version. And that's pretty much all for this step. In the next one, I actually color the dress, I make the sleeves even more fluffy, and I add this ruff. I hope you call this white thing a ruff. I'm not really sure. If you know how to call it, feel free to leave a comment. I tried to look it up, but I'm really not sure if it's called this way. Maybe it's a ruffle? I don't know, sorry. Now the drawing is nearly finished, and I added some more finishing touches. I once again edited the dress, because I just wasn't happy with the dress, so I changed it around a lot. It ended up looking like this. So you can see I merged the sleeves in the dress and made them one big piece, and I made them in the same color. I also changed the hairstyle, because I realized that they had just didn't look like the Disney version, so I looked it up again and realized that I forgot the pieces of hair at the right and left side of her face. And in the last step, I added the bow to complete the hairstyle, and I also made the lips lighter, but then I decided that those lips were too light, so I changed them back. In the next step, I also just add some more finishing touches for the thumbnail. Everything up to now was made in the Scratch vector editor. However, the last few steps were made with PaintNet. And in case you're trying to look up PaintNet, if you type in paint.net into your browser, you will not find PaintNet. You will find a different website which sells paint, I think. But Snow White and Apple into the center of the screen, and they also added white outlines. I really like white outlines because they make it look kind of like a sticker, and I like stickers. I ate a lot of stickers when I was younger, and they would always glue them everywhere. So I added the white outline and also a little black shadow beneath it to make it seem even more like a sticker. And then I actually changed the color of the background. And then I also added polka dots. As of late, I felt always like my backgrounds were too simple, so I wanted to do something new this time, so I added polka dots. And I really like polka dots. And they are difficult to use in Vector because you have to copy and paste them over and over, so I just thought, now that I'm using Paint.net, why not add some polka dots to it? And I think they add a nice touch. I am rambling, right? So that's pretty much all. I just added the title drawing process in front of it in a purple color, the same as the background, and I also added white outlines and little black shadows beneath the writing. I think this ties the title together with the image, and it just makes it look like it fits together better. Like it all reflects some parts of the other, in case you know what I mean. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry for rambling so much. Like I said, this is the first time I'm recording audio, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if yes, you can subscribe to my channel. And if not, then don't. So yeah, and bye.